Hi guys, and this is the continuation of the tutorial. So if you did not watch the part 1 of this tutorial, be sure to click the link in the description. I will provide a link for you. And then without further ado, let's continue. And the next thing to do is to put the label for the network address and IP address for these devices right here. So all you need to do is click the node right here or press N on your keyboard, and then we're gonna be labeling the network address for this part right here. So the network address for this network right here is let's name it network address 192.168.0.0. So it must start, the network address must start with 0/0. And then the network address for this one is just type network address 192.168.1.0. So we have already put a label for these two networks, and the last network address is for the network right here for these two routers. And let me just name it network address 192.168.2.0. So hope you can see that 0.0 and 1.0, 2.0. It's a pattern, it's a pattern. So every network address must end with 0. You can see 0 and then 0. It must end with zeros. So we have already made labeled these three network address. So it is a network, and this one is a network. So that's why we have labeled this network address for the network address for this network, and this network address for this network right here. So as we have already um, labeled the network address, the next thing to do is to label the IP address. So to label the IP address of this port right here, or this fast Ethernet port, just label it, select the node or press N on keyboard, then 192.168.0.1. So why we put 0.1? So as you can see, the network address right here is the network address right here, it is 0.0, so it must be 0.1. And the IP address here must be 0.2. So label that one, select the node, and 192.168.0.2. So it is a pattern, guys. So 0.0 for the network address, and the IP address must be 0.1 and then 0.2 because it is in the network right here. So just do the same thing here. So for the fast Ethernet, we will just make the IP address this 192.168 dot 168.1.1. So why it is 1 now? So as you can see, this is 1. Sorry for that. This is 1, so it must start with 1. So as you can see right here, 0 for the network address. For the IP address for the fast internet is 0. This is the IP address for the computer is 0. So 1, and then this must be 1, right? So, select the IP address 192.168.1.2. So as you can see, 1, 1, 1, and then 0, 1, 2. That's the pattern, guys. And you know, do the same thing with the routers. So the routers are a little bit different. So kindly move this one for next with the fast Ethernet for the to avoid confusion. So it is for the fast Ethernet. This is just for the fast the fast Ethernet, and this is for the fast internet. This is an IP address, and this is a network address. So it's different with this. There are different. That's why network address end with 0. So as you can see, 0, 0. That's a network address, a network address. And then this is an IP address for this computer. And this IP address is for this fast Ethernet cable, and this is a fast Ethernet port. So I'm sure you understand that. So there are a couple things you'll need to do. You need to label is the IP address for the serial port. So you must have an IP address of that. So label, we have to label it. We did not set an IP address, but we have already labeled it in order for us to avoid confusion when we are going to um, configuring in the command line interface or on the CLI. So just type the IP address of this one. So the network address is 2.0, so this must be 2.1. So oh, sorry for that. Select this and then 2.1, because that is 2.0, 2.1, and this serial port right here must be 2.0. I mean 2.2, right? So just do the same thing. Label that one 192.168.2.2. I'm sure you understand, right? So um, so as you can see, we have the IP address of this one, IP address of this serial right here, the network address, sorry for that, network address, and the IP address, of this computer, and the IP address of this computer. So, oh, I forgot this one. Here's an IP address for the fast Ethernet cable, and the IP address of the fast Ethernet cable for this router right here. So, that's it guys for this video. And don't worry guys, I will continue this video. So if we try to connect this one into this router, so as you can see, router has no functional ports. So we will do um we'll do that on the next video, how to configure it on the CLI tab. So if you found this video interesting, make sure to continue watching for the part 3 of the tutorial. Thanks for watching, and see you on my next video.